Welcome back to the channel where we spotlight Black excellence in film and TV so you don't have to miss some great Black-led roles. Let's get into it.
Now, Prime Video's Cross delivers a thrilling ride, trust me. Prime Video has brought us Cross, a gripping crime thriller series that debuted on November 14th of 2024. Now, first, no spoilers about season 1 in this video whatsoever, but season 2 I do want to mention has already been filmed and is expected to drop in 2025. I can't wait. Now, for those unfamiliar with the series at all, Cross is based on James Patterson's Alex Cross novels, with Ben Watkins adapting it for TV. Now, unlike the Netflix version, which I haven't seen, so no shade, but you suck, I'm kidding. Prime Video's Cross absolutely delivers. The series follows Alex Cross, a decorated DC homicide detective and forensic psychologist. Now, when I say decorated, this man's actually famous. They refer to him as the famous detective on the news in the show, which is weird because I don't know any famous detectives in real life. Like today, I don't think we have that, but whatever, famous detective. Anyways, Cross goes face to face with a sadistic serial killer in this series, teaming up with his partner, John Sampson, who's played by this guy. Do you recognize him? Okay, how about now? Yeah, the man your man could smell like. Yeah, he's the Old Spice guy. I always wondered what happened to that guy. These commercials were literally peak internet back in the day. Anyways, Cross also confronts a dangerous figure from his past. We learn about that guy. So now he's juggling essentially two major threats at once. If one wasn't bad enough, you got two to deal with. Now, why you all love it? I binged all 8 episodes the moment I could, and here's why this show stands out to me. Compelling story, high stakes, layered mystery, and plenty of twists and turns to keep you hooked from start to finish. Chillin' villains. Unlike other thrillers, looking at you, the madness, you bum villain having show. The villains here in Cross are complex, they're freaking terrifying, and disturbingly, believably crazy. We got a strong lead performance. Aldis Hodge as Alex Cross is a perfect casting in my opinion. While I wasn't familiar with all of his previous roles, which he does have a few amount of, his portrayal of Cross, a justice-driven family man with deep personal values, is spot on in my opinion. Got a good blend of strength, humanity and emotional depth. The character is pretty incredible, I gotta say. A great role model for Black youth, if I could pick one. A lot of responsibility, but willingness and capable of meeting those challenges, which brings me to this. I've probably called Alex Cross the Black Superman somewhere in the title or the thumbnail, and I feel like it fits. He's tall, charismatic, and a powerhouse in both mind and body. He even has his kryptonite, which does get him pretty much every single time, and you'll kind of discover that as you watch the show. But beneath all of that, pretty flawed human, a lot of emotional challenges, a lot of personal flaws. A lot of times you're rooting for him. You want to see him do better. You want to see him succeed, become better and grow. And there are even some times where I'm looking at him like, bro, why'd you do that for? It's kind of messed up a little bit. Believable, real, good character. Now, the supporting cast, most of the supporting cast characters are all pretty well developed too. There is one though, the motivations felt a bit weak, but not really that crazy. And there's another one, no spoilers, again, annoyed me to no end. I even tweeted about it, so there's probably spoilers there. But other than that, these minor gripes don't detract from the overall experience that much, really. So still very, very good. So I find the show tackled current social issues, particularly Alex's role as a Black cop navigating community tensions. Got some defund the police people who are, also there calling him out for being both a cop and a Black man, a bit of a traitor, some people had said. So, it's definitely good friction between the professional duties and the personal relationships. Now, here's the real standout moment for me with the series. Unlike many thrillers, Cross doesn't hinge on the mystery of who the killer is, but rather how the characters maneuver, around or outmaneuver each other. It's a bit of a chess match dynamic, which I really like, and I think I prefer. Some might disagree, but I appreciate that Cross revealed this villain pretty early. So some people will definitely disagree with this. Like Seven, I think Seven's great, but is it Seven that I'm talking about? Yeah, it is, with like Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman, where the mystery shrouds the killer until pretty much the ending, and then you get the big reveal, which can be cool, especially if you've seen the killer throughout. It's like, oh my god, it was that guy the whole time. But I think for me, watching the antagonist do his moves and then seeing the protagonist do his counter moves or preemptive moves, like the response between the two of them, that is probably something I think I prefer to watch rather than the mystery of like, who out of all these characters you've seen on screen so far could it be? And sometimes it's none of them either. It really depends on how the story's written and what it's trying to deliver. But I really liked this chess match, head-to-head kind of thing. Even though Cross didn't know who the serial killer was, still made things really, really interesting this way. Especially seeing how the serial killer essentially had an advantage knowing who Cross was and could do research on Cross. So, final thoughts here. While the ending felt a tad rushed, and I don't even want to say that compared to the madness really felt rushed. This, not so much. Everything does get tied in pretty well together. Again, unlike the messy ending of Madness, it wasn't messy, but it's just, I thought could have been a lot better. Cross delivers on that suspense, the fear, the anxiety especially, pretty much gripping you from beginning to end pretty easily. If you haven't watched Cross yet, do yourself a favor and check it out. It's a must watch. I think everybody's raving about it, or at least they were when it was first released. I'm a little late, but better late than never. So like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, go watch Cross.